The Silent Sage. In the heart of a bustling city, hidden amidst the constant hum of life, there resided a revered figure known as the Silent Sage. People from all walks of life came to seek his guidance, believing that his decades of silence held the key to unlocking inner peace and wisdom. Among those drawn to the sage's aura was a young, talkative boy named Max. Max had a chatterbox reputation, filling every silence with his endless stream of words. But beneath the chatter, he felt a void he couldn't articulate. Max was searching for something more profound, something to fill the silence within his own heart. One day, the talkative boy heard whispers about the Silent Sage, who lived at the edge of the city. Intrigued by the idea of a man who could guide people through silence, Max decided to embark on a journey to meet him. As Max reached the sage's simple dwelling, he was greeted by the serene presence of the old man. The sage welcomed him with a nod and offered Max a cup of tea. Max, unable to bear the awkward silence, began to talk about his life, his fears, and his dreams, in a never-ending monologue. The Silent Sage listened attentively, his eyes filled with understanding. It was as though he could see the turmoil in Max's heart through his words. Max returned to the sage's dwelling day after day, eager to pour out his thoughts, feelings, and fears. The sage remained silent, allowing Max to talk himself into exhaustion. In the silence that followed, Max would always find himself questioning the purpose of his words. During his visits, Max observed the sage's daily routine. He watched as the sage tended to his garden with reverence, meditated beneath a majestic tree, and shared simple, mindful meals with visitors. Each action was performed with profound grace and presence. One evening, as the sun began to set, Max found himself in deep conversation with the sage. Max talked about his restless mind, the need to fill every silence, and the emptiness that lingered within. The sage listened intently, his eyes reflecting a profound stillness. As Max continued to pour out his heart, he suddenly realized the absurdity of his words. In the midst of this peaceful being, his chatter seemed trivial, almost disrespectful. Max fell into a profound silence, struggling to confront the inner chaos he had been trying to escape. In the silence that followed, something remarkable happened. Max began to understand that the power of silence wasn't in the sage's lack of words, it was in the profound presence he emanated. It was in the tranquility that enveloped him and the wisdom that flowed through every action. Max had found the treasure he had sought, the realization that silence held the key to inner peace and wisdom. Max left the sage's dwelling, his heart lighter than it had ever been. He felt a newfound sense of tranquility and self-awareness. The chatter that had once defined him had transformed into meaningful communication. Max continued to visit the Silent Sage, not to speak, but to learn the power of silence and presence. He brought his newfound wisdom back to the bustling city, where he became known for his ability to listen, for his deep empathy, and for the peace that surrounded him. The Silent Sage's legend lived on, his influence now reaching even the most talkative of souls. Max's transformation was proof that silence could guide a person back to the depths of their own heart, where true wisdom resided. In the end, Max learned that in the silence of the heart, one could discover the most profound truths, and that the most meaningful conversations often took place without words. And there, my friends, we come to the end of our journey with the Silent Sage. As Max learned, the power of silence doesn't lie in the absence of words, but in the presence of a tranquil heart. In the midst of a noisy world, Max discovered the profound peace within, which he carried with him, touching the lives of those around him. May this story remind us all that the most meaningful conversations often happen in the silence of our hearts. Thank you for joining us on this inspiring journey. As you step out into the world, remember that you too can be an inspiration to others, leaving your own footprints of wisdom and inner peace. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your inspiring footprints with the world.